Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be taking a deep dive into Goroutines. So let's get started with the program. So I'm going to make a function, func heavy, which is going to be a long running task, and time.sleep, time.second into 5. So this is going to sleep for 5 seconds. I think I need to import time, yeah. So import format and import time. Yeah. So if I call this heavy function over here, I remove this fin. So what this function is going to do is it's going to sleep for 5 seconds and then fin is going to get printed. So if I do a go run main.go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finished. So our function ran, it waited for 5 seconds and this heavy function was printed. Now let's see what happens when we call it as a Goroutine. So to call any function as a Goroutine, just add a go keyword in front of the function execution or function invocation. So finished. Now what is the difference? So a Goroutine is not a function. A Goroutine is the way we call a function. So if we call a function as a Goroutine, it means that the function is going to be running in the background. So what the function main did was, it looked at this heavy, it said, okay, call it not as a normal function, call it as a Goroutine, and then start its execution in the background and don't stop whatever is below this. So earlier what was happening was, when we were calling it as only a heavy function, it was waiting for 5 seconds and this was getting executed. But when we called it as a Goroutine, this said, okay, execute it as a Goroutine, and then I don't need to wait for anything because this is an asynchronous function. Immediately move on to the next line and then print anything or execute any lines which come after this line. So to see this in action, I can say I can start an infinite for loop, and I can say that, okay, sleep for 1 second and then just print anything, hello. Now you're gonna see some strange behavior over here. So we have a function heavy which sleeps for 1 second and then prints hello, right? So and then in our function main, we are calling the heavy as a Goroutine, which means we're calling it in the background, and then we're doing a fmt.println finished. So let me do a quick go run and finished. So what was that? You saw that nothing got printed. This is because Go said, okay, run it as a Goroutine, which means keep it in the background. And then it came over here, it said, okay, I'm going to execute this. Then after executing this, it found that function main was empty. There wasn't anything after this execution in function main. So it said, okay, function main is empty, means my execution is complete, I'm exiting. So the thing about Goroutines is that every Goroutine is attached to a parent process. So parent process in this case is our function main. So if the function main exits, all of its Goroutines are going to exit with it. So to solve this problem, we can simply say time.sleep, time.second, and then sleep for 5 seconds. Now the difference here is that now our Goroutine is going to run for an additional 5 seconds before exiting. So if you do go run, finished, hello, and our function main is waiting, and this Goroutine is running in the background. So you saw that only 4 hellos got printed. In the 5th second it exited, so all of the Goroutines died with it, right? So this is not the right way. So the right way to ensure that all of the Goroutines are complete, or if you have a long running task, you can simply do a select block. So I'm going to be talking more about select block when I come to channels. For now, all you need to know is that if you do this, then this is going to wait indefinitely. Our function main is going to wait indefinitely. So you do a go run, finish, hello, it's going to keep on running, because again, our Goroutine or our long running task is in a for loop, and it's going to keep running indefinitely until we do a control C on it. So we do a control C, it exited. So now let me define one more task. Let me say func heavy, or let's say func super heavy. Right, and what func super heavy is going to do is, instead of sleeping for 1 second, it's going to sleep for 2 seconds. Sleep into 2, and then I'm going to say from .print line super heavy, and in this function I'm just going to print heavy. So let's execute this function in a normal fashion first. Super heavy. So I'm just gonna change it to underscore instead of a normal one. And so in if you're talking about design patterns in Go, it's better if you don't have snake case. It's better if you have camel case or things like this. And then, so if you look at the anatomy of our main function over here, first it's calling a go heavy. It's calling heavy in the background. Then it's calling super heavy. Then it's calling super heavy, and then simply we are printing fin. So if you take a close look at super heavy, you know that this fmt.println fin is never going to occur, because this is a blocking call. The super heavy function is going to block whatever comes after this, because this for loop is an infinite one. So we do a go run main.go, and heavy, super heavy, heavy, super heavy, because super heavy waits for 2 seconds and heavy waits for 1 second. So you get two prints of heavy to get one super heavy, and fin never gets printed. So let's see what happens if we run our super heavy also as a go routine. So what is expected to happen when main function runs, right? So first it goes to heavy, it says okay, execute it as a background function. In the background function it sleeps for 1 second. Then we go to super heavy. Super heavy is also executed in the background, where it sleeps for 2 seconds, and immediately in the meantime function println fin is executed, and select call is invoked, where we wait infinitely. So after 1 second what happens, this gets printed and this gets 1 more second to go. So after 1 more second, heavy gets printed again, and then super heavy gets printed. So these two tasks are going to keep on executing concurrently in the background. So one thing to notice, that this task is not going to wait for this task, and vice versa, and both of these tasks are asynchronous. So our function format.println statement does not have to wait for these tasks to occur, right? So let's look at the execution and the output. I'm going to clear my terminal and then main.go. So fin occurred first, as I said, then heavy, super heavy, heavy, super heavy, alternatively. They don't need to wait for each other, they are being executed concurrently. So guys, this was about Goroutines. We're going to be talking a bit more about Goroutines and then eventually delve into channels in the next couple of videos. So stay tuned and see you guys there.